Well, congrats. The day has come and your Fathom Plus finally showed up. So I wanted to give you a couple just quick tips to get you started out on the right foot with your brand new Fathom Plus. So here we go. I got a Fathom Plus inside its microfiber just like you, and let's open her together. So inside, you are going to have a dual sleeve microfiber, which is pretty darn slick. So in there, you're gonna have a spot for the spare lens and for the goggle itself, which is pretty cool because now you can store those together and keep them both scratch free. So go ahead and keep that microfiber because it's great for your spare lens, awesome to throw in your jacket pocket, because that's gonna be what you wanna use for any type of cleaning that you're gonna do with your goggle. So first thing I wanna point out is that magnetic interchange system. So hoping you knew that already, but your Fathom Plus is really easy to swap out its lenses. So with a little bend of the frame, or if you just take the strap and kind of pull inward, you're gonna see that lens separate. And you got 11 magnets on this sucker. So it's really good seal with those 11 magnets. And again, we just pull that off. And then you can take your rose low light. We go ahead and slap that puppy on after lining it up. Now, check each one of the 4 corners here. Some of them might need an extra little push in there, but we just make sure we get all 4 of those corners nice and sealed. Now, there is a little bit of tightness on these corners, and that is purposeful. With this magnetic system, we didn't want to put any extra weird contraptions in there to make it confusing or hard to use. You just want to press those down with your thumb, and you're good to go. So, whether you're on a chairlift, just doing this in the car, super easy, less than 10 seconds to swap that puppy out. Now, arguably the most important thing, if you haven't used our Reveal photochromic lenses before, you might be looking at this just fresh out of the box and like, wow, that looks a little bit more transparent than maybe I saw online or I saw in the photos where it was this beautiful mirrored lens. Well, that's because it's that photochromic lens. So our Reveal lens tech is basically gonna shift its tint. Out of the box, you're gonna see it basically at its lowest light setting. So when it's really super cloudy out, socked in storms, this is what that lens is gonna look like. Get it out in the sun, and it's gonna go to that full mirror coat where you can't really see through it from the exterior. So you have that really sweet, cool look that actually gives you that extra UV protection. Just something to keep in mind that does tend to throw some people off if they've never used something like our lenses before, and they're like, whoa, it just looks a little bit different. That's because it's gonna do all the work for you on the hill. Again, all of our goggles have that fog-free guarantee. If you haven't checked out our helmets, all of our goggles are made to work specifically with those. And it's not just a thing where, oh, they look cool and they match against the brims. They don't have that gaper gap. They do fit really well, but they also have an active ventilation system that works with our goggle system to go up into the helmet, constantly feeding that fresh air in, really assuring that you're never gonna have any problems with fog. So if you haven't checked out one of our Boundary or 10-mile helmets, I suggest you do so. That would just give you a system that's gonna have you just dialed and not dealing with fog for seasons and seasons to come. But anyways, if you have any questions about your Fathom Plus or about anything else, we're always happy to chat. But if we don't, we'll see you out there.